Welcome to Fowl Play. I guess you could call it fall play. Ba-dum-bum-ching. This is the time of year affectionately known as the leaf apocalypse. Many of you are going through the same. Just going to show you the thousands of acorns that have fallen, especially after the ice storm. We have a lot of leaves yet to fall. We've only just begun. Thank you, Karen Carpenter. Join us on this journey. That's my good girl. After all that ice, freezing temperatures, we actually have blooms on our blackberry bushes, at least a few. Absolutely astounding. Any blackberries that we had are all toasty, frozen, and brown now. I thought I would just share with you folks that, look at that, still trying to bloom on October 31st. Many of our hens are going through a molt right now. You remember Sophie went through a hard, heavy molt where she looked like an x-ray or something, but Dixie is going through a heavy molt. Her tail feathers are gone and she's losing feathers all over the place. Several of our hens are molting, but just listen to them talk about the bugs and how happy they are to dig into this. So Mrs. Fowl Play, how many of our birds are molting, would you say?
Probably at least half of them. So 8 maybe, I don't know.
That's a lot of molting birds
a lot of
at
molting
once.
chickens. And
So that would account for the fact that we got how many eggs today?
2.
We had 2?
We
I
got
thought it
2.
was 0.
No, we got 2.
Oh, got 2 eggs today.
Yes, 2
Oh.
yesterday.
And 2 today. I
Yeah.
thought we got 0.
Yeah,
Okay.
we got 2 today. One you found broken and one I found
Oh,
in
that's
the
right,
box.
the broken
Yes.
one. Right. Yeah, that's a big impact on the egg laying this time of year when they're
Yes.
molting and our lack of sunshine. So, Mrs. Fowl Play, because of all of our molting hens, you've discovered a type of feed for them, maybe to help them grow their feathers. What exactly are you doing here?
So this is a fermented feed. So I combine some of their pellets or normal chicken feed with some of the scratch grains that we give them as well. And then I ferment it for 2 to 3 days prior to them eating it. So by soaking it like this and fermenting it, it helps them to digest the proteins better. And
Protein's important for their feather growth. And
protein's important for their feather growth.
the blood supply to their feather shafts.
So all of this feed is actually more easily digestible to them, and so they get more nutrients ultimately from it than just feeding them the straight grains. So I put about 500 mils or up to just a little more than 500 mils of grain and scratch feeds, and then I fill it up a little bit higher with water, just an equal amount of water, and I let it ferment. I stir it together. I add a little splash of apple cider vinegar, and it ferments over 3 days. And then I just drain that off, the fluid off, and you don't necessarily have to drain all the fluid off, but I just think it's easier for them to eat when there's less moisture in it and just more of a slurry or soft grain for them to get a hold of. They particularly like this black oil sunflower seeds. They'll pick those out first. And all the other little, like the wheat berries and corn and things like that. They like those things the best, but they eat all of it. And then I also will add in some some of these yeast flakes, which are high in vitamin B12, and again, that's good for them. Nice rich source of additional protein for them as well. And so I just put a couple of tablespoons mixed in that as well. And if I have any little meat scraps or something, I'll throw in there, or scrambled egg or something too.
Extra protein, yeah.
Yeah, lots of extra protein for them.
They go nuts over this
They
stuff.
they do. I'll put it out for them, and they will have it gone in probably 10 minutes flat. And so supposedly this helps them to not need as much other feed as well, because this is more easily digestible. It's easier for them to eat, and they're not as interested in eating the other feed than once they've had
Okay,
this.
the real test. Let's see how well they like it.
Here, tick, 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 tick.
I got your food for you.
Yeah, here, take some bites. Here you go. And I just kind of put scoops of it in different spots so that all the chickens can get to it and not have to fight for a bite.
Especially Mango and Hey Hey in the background. Poor babies.
Must have got a morsel out of it. Here we go, girls. Yeah, that's good, isn't it? Hey, be nice to each other.
They're talking it like they like it.
Yeah, they will eat every bit of this.
Eat up, grow feathers.